I'm going to close my door.
It's streaming. And I can go in this one over to here. And I can start that up. I can go click on Start Streams because we can.
Because we can.
This is what the people on the streams don't ever get to hear. Of course, what they're going to hear is like, it's 5:01.
Yeah.
Hello, Dune. And then we go for this. Oh, by the way, you got any music you want to start with?
Shit. All right. Well, in that case, it's going to be real,
Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you.
on the fly.
Welcome, human.
We like flies.
I am ready for you.
We show onboard computer synchronization.
Roger that.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Let's rock!
Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one.
Just a fact, Jack!
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Is this moron number one? Put moron number two on the phone.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
I know that, dude. You're mocking me, aren't you? Sure. A monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Uh-oh, my heart just stopped. Ah, there it goes.
What do we get on the fly?
Naz.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I just didn't.
Naz.
I didn't really want to feel like. I didn't feel like thinking.
Yeah, well, you just threw me a spot. I was like, well, I got tons of music on here. Let's see where I land randomly.
That's right. Let's just hit something.
And
But-
this
This is how we do. We hit it at the Dune and Bob Show on June 11th, 2016s.
and Dune, your Naz is showing.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Just
okay.
tease it.
Just
Make fun of the
checking.
name Naz.
You never know.
This is
Hey,
old
you know
radio
what? You know
promo.
what? Hey, you know what? The best part about the Dune Show is, though? You know what? I got a big D.
A big D. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That is a big D.
I got a big D right behind me.
I didn't realize you were doing that badly with
Yeah.
your show.
If you ever want a big D behind you, I can hook you up.
Well, was that a gift from the missus? She's
That's a
grading
gift.
you now
That's a
on
gift
your,
from the oh, yeah. See. That's exactly where you go. For the people that aren't watching the video stream, I literally have a big letter D behind me that my wife actually bought when she went to Colorado. I don't know why. Colorado obviously is the place. If you want a big D, you go to Colorado.
I'm just saying, she's a teacher. She gave you a big D.
She gave me a big D.
Yeah, you don't have to really read between the lines. And figure
That's
out
true.
what's
I
going
never
on
thought.
there.
I never thought about that. I will have to ask her about that post show. I will have to do that. Now, I do notice
guess-
Johnny's pouring the Dune beer. I'm.
Oh, yeah, I got
the
a raspberry
tear.
left,
I've got
so-
the tear.
It's become our little tradition to pour a Dune beer on the Dune and Bob show.
And you know, if I took some aspirins, if my head feels a little better, I may do the same. We'll see, because I can do that. I make it. I might as well drink it. That's the whole thing. You drink the beer to make the beer to drink the beer. There's some weird,
Yeah.
overlapping.
Drink beer to make beer. We make beer to drink beer.
Yeah, and then lather, rinse, and repeat, which has been happening to me. But yeah, that's what happens when you have.
Wait. You're lathering and rinsing in the beer that you're bottling and sending?
You know what's funny? You said that somebody sent, or not sent, but there was like a Facebook article about somewhere in Japan. It's something weird in Japan. Hold me back. There's always they're always like on the
Japan,
forefront.
weird.
They're always on the forefront of having. So well, you can go to some spa there, and you can basically take a. I don't want to say take a bath. You can soak in about any kind of liquid you want. Like they have one that's got tea, they got coffee, they got wine, they got all kinds of. One that looked like
Molten
Mountain
lava.
Dew. Well, yeah, that's only a one-time deal though. The whole molten lava, and you got to pay up front.
No repeat customers.
There's no repeat customers on that one. No, absolutely not. But no, that sounds, who knows? Speaking of Japan, Warhawk last night, he's like, he wanted to know if I could do a J-pop show.
J-pop or K-pop?
K-pop, no J-pop. I guess what's the difference?
J-pop, well, Japanese or Korean?
But I'm guessing probably sounds fairly the same. I'm not sure.
Careful, Dune.
See, I was going to say that. The problem is though,
they all sound the same to you, Dune. Huh?
Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Well, I'm going to hold the face in a little bit there. I was getting ready to ask you, by the way. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I was going to say, can I actually do that show without being banned? For whatever reason, because
as long as you don't do any My Fong impersonations.
Well, I can't help. I don't know if that won't happen. That's the problem. I mean, these things.
Sad.
Sometimes these things just rear their ugly heads, and that's what makes internet radio fun.
However, speaking of My Fong impersonations, that was born out of my being in a position to divulge information that I previously wasn't divulging, and I find myself in a similar situation. Right
I was getting ready to ask you. That's where I was going with this. Are there any ethnic groups now that you would like me to, set up Skype names for, so I can call into your show tomorrow? I wasn't sure.
No, I do not.
Oh man,
I am not telling you.
I said, have you checked your bandwidth lately at all?
Why?
I'm just curious. Last night when you called, it was really it kind of got choppy, and actually the video quality went way down for a little bit. Like Skype, dials it back, and I'm hearing a little bit of artifacting now.
Well, I haven't reset the router or modem in a while. Now you mention it, but
you might make sure and do that before your show tomorrow.
We're doing it. Well, let's see. I'm pinning right up at 88, 89.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So my download stream is good. Download stream still pinning at 88, 89.
Actually, now that you're doing that, it's actually cleaned it up a little bit. Maybe
that opened up the pipe. We got to clean the pipes out.
Maybe you got to clean the pipes out a little bit.
See what the upstream is going to do. This is probably going to strain things.
That's okay. That'll tell us what.
Solid 4.
Okay, that's
yeah. 4.5 meg is adequate.
Well, that must have maybe that cleaned it out a little bit, because it was kind of starting to do that just a little.
We just had to scrub the pipes a little bit, but
that's what it is. I think what it is, if you just have to force it through once in a while.
Yeah,
if it doesn't go smoothly, force it.
My current supervisor does fall into an ethnic group, but that has nothing to do with anything, so I will not divulge that information. But
why not, Johnny? Why? No. You know what?
Because he's like one of the few people I like at this company.
Well, I don't think I did anything out of the wrong when it came to my other deal. I think I captured the essence of how she was. She was supplying you a John. In my world, when you walked into the office, she called you Johnny the Gators. That's what I think she said. I think to this day, if she goes, "Oh, that guy, Johnny the Gators, he used to work here." Dude, I think that's what she does. I think that's what she says.
Sometimes you got to, if you find yourself sounding like wartime cartoons,
yeah, well,
you might want to lay off that impersonation.
I don't know. I think they would laugh. I think they would. It's not derogatory. It's just
that's considered.
It's not. You know what? It's no different. So if I was making it talk like, say, somebody from a Star Wars character that everybody hates, nobody would be mad. Well, there might be some geeks mad. I take that back. It might piss off more people from Star Wars bad impersonations than you would doing the Oriental type.
No, but
we just won't go there.
So here's the deal. I have been offered a new job opportunity that I have accepted.
Let's just say if your wife said you have to have a job to be with me, Johnny is in.
Oh yeah,
right. That's a good thing.
It's really cool. It just all kind of fell into place because I was.
That's fun. That's a really cool deal.
Open. I was keeping all my options open, and one of my options is to scope out better opportunities in this area, which would be an easier thing to pursue. And I was still even so I could still keep my eyes open for what's going on in New Jersey or Albany or any other place. But I'm near Boston, may as well also be aware of what's going on here. And I'm usually applying to things on Dice.com, but a little email came
what was the name of it?
Dice.com is
Dice.
typically,
nothing to do with. No. Okay.
No.
That'd be fun if it did.
It is not a job board for foul-mouthed comedians.
That would be interesting.
That would be cool if it was, but
probably somebody from Jason's show would be hanging out on that.
Right in. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kevin might be hanging out. Anyway, I digress.
Anyways, no, I got an email from LinkedIn going, hey, here are some opportunities that might interest you. And sure enough, in there is opportunity for a senior desktop support position. And the only thing was that it was right in the city of Boston. And I was kind of avoiding applying to jobs right in the city because the challenges of commuting into the city and the added expense of commuting into the city and that. But I looked at this one. I'm like, well, at least this one's a senior position, so it would pay better. So that would help offset the cost of transportation. So it don't hurt to hit the apply button. You know what? They call me. I talk to them. It don't.
You're
sound
hovering.
good.
You're hovering. Click.
So I click. I apply, and like 5 minutes later, my phone rings. You know,
you're like,
wow. Of course, the thing is I never apply to just one thing. You know, it's always that awkward moment when you send in 5 applications. Your phone
you're like the so
you
you're
don't
who
want to
now?
and you don't want to go, which one was this? Yeah, you want to be like, oh yes, I really am. That job is the
you know. For a second there, I was going to do that thing where you and I pretend we used to have to do that with girls, but nobody would have bought it, so I just stopped. I was going to go there, and everybody's going to go, okay, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that dude.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about your single
which
days,
girl
dude.
is this?
When's the next?
For the right name?
That's right. Play the next song, Dune. Play something like that. Well, good.
No.
So you got the call, and
I got the call, and I did the phone screening, which led to the phone interview, which led to the 2 hours of 4 people interviewing me back to back, a half hour each, which led to another round of 2 hours of 4 people interviewing me a half hour each back to back.
They weren't doing the light in the face thing, were you?
No, it was pretty casual, pretty laid back, but it was a
You're
lot
not
of
from around here, are you?
A lot of interviewing. You know, like I said, I went through, it was a half hour, and then another person came in half hour, and another person came in half, so they...
Do they do that high five thing when they pass each other in the doorway? That'd be awesome.
I would
as the ones walking out, you're like, whoa.
Tag team style.
Tag team, that's right.
Gonna tag him in right here. So
and they do that thing where they pass a note. Ask him about Ask him about this.
Ask about that.
Ask about that.
But the thing is that there's that awkward thing. How do you how do you get paid? Because usually they ask, first, what are you looking to make? And you don't want to goof that. How do you deal with that question? Because if you throw out a number that's too low, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, that. Then
you know what you should try? I got the perfect answer for that. Try that with me.
How much are you looking to make with this position?
Yes.
I don't know if
did that just happen or what?
That just happened.
I'm you know what? 2 things happened there. Icebreaker. Or no high five of the 2 dudes passed each other in the doorway.
The other thing that happened is I didn't offer you a job after you said that.
Well, I said one of 2. You never know, man. These
the thing is I basically the thing is I do research. I look at salary ranges for certain position job titles, and I know the high number, and so that way I have a reasonable high number to throw out, and so I threw out the reasonable high number, and a lot of times when I throw out a number like that, I get the awkward, well, we might be too far apart here, and I might be, well, what range were you thinking? Which translation, I'm willing to negotiate.
Yeah, that's right.
This time though, when I threw out the high number. And she came back and said, well, that's in line with the position since it is a senior position. And it's like, okay, good start. And, numbers were not discussed again until after interviews. And they made me an offer that was just a little bit below that high number I threw out, which was more than I was expecting them to throw at me. Notice
no, you didn't press your luck and go, well,
Well, the thing is they always say,
gonna have to have that Corvette.
They always say, don't take the first offer, and it doesn't hurt to ask. So, first I was like, oh, don't be stupid. Just take it. Just be done. Put in your notice, and you're done. And you don't have to wait and bite your nails. And then part of me was like, don't be a chump. So I went back, and I said, well, could I ask for and put the initial high number in again? And 24 hours passed, which had me bite my nails. Oh my God! And she came back and said, "Yes, we're comfortable with that."
Well, that's cool. I was going to say because some people, you could also, benefit wise, you can always throw stuff in there, the vacation and whatnot.
Well, this job has a unlimited vacation policy.
What you talking about, Willis? That sounds like Venison's job. Is what that sounds like. I'm just curious.
Well, here's the way it works.
Without the extension cord, anyway.
Here's the reality.
Okay.
Unlimited vacation doesn't mean unlimited vacation. It just means that there's not a number or a limit that it's up to your supervisor's discretion. They can approve as much or as little as they want to.
This sounds like government work.
This was something that just started this year.
If Cousin Ernie's there, then he gets all the days off he wants.
Now this company, I like this because before this policy, the policy was everybody gets 4 weeks, which is great because usually the policy is you get 2 weeks and you got to work your way up. In 5 years, we'll give you
42 years later, you get 3 weeks or 4 weeks, like I do.
Right? Everybody gets 4 weeks. So now this unlimited policy is basically the norm is everybody takes 4 weeks. But the supervisor has the it has the freedom, because usually
like a bonus or something like that.
Well, it's like supervisors might borrow time from next year. Someone needs extra time off, or I need this day off, and I already used my time. Well, we can borrow a day from next year.
Yeah.
Well, now they don't have to do any juggling of paperwork or anything official to borrow time against another time period. They could just give you the extra day, but you're gonna have to make that up later.
So basically, you're walking out the door, the guard looks and goes, "Hey, hey," and the guy that did the high five goes, "He's cool."
Yeah.
And then you walk out. Then you go. Oh, that's.
So
I like my way better. That's the way I like it.
Basically, 4 weeks a year is the guideline, but there's no official policy.
It's like in Dune's world. There's like a hired goon at the door. Where you work. It doesn't let you leave unless the boss says it's okay. No, that wouldn't be good.
I don't know. So anyways, it's a good.
The goons are supposed to keep the bad people out, not necessarily the good people in.
But basically, it doesn't hurt to ask for more. I asked for more, and I got it.
I'm proud of you.
That was that easy.
I'm hoping there's a person out there listening whose name starts with V and ends with Innocent. I'm just saying. And he's not on, so we can't even call him. So
now I can talk about the place I've been working at.
Yeah, so here we go. Well, now, I was going to say, so let's get those matches in the gas out, boys. It's going to be a fire up in here. That's what's going to
Well, no, I'm not.
No, there's no burning bridges happening.
I'm not going to say anything too bad. I mean, the problem is that this company operates in a way that there was no future for me there.
Which is really strange. I've never, I guess I lead a sheltered life because there's always been, temp to hire kind of things and this and that. And some places were, this is temp.
I'm not going to burn bridges.
Temp to hire is one thing. It sounds to me like your place was temp to fire.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's exactly what happened. My coworker had been a contractor for 5 years, and there's liabilities to having contractors for too long because it gives them leverage to sue for rights of full-time employees for being contractors for so long because I don't get in the middle of any of that. But all I know is that one of my coworkers has been a contractor 5 years, and they basically were like, well, we don't want to hire anyone for that position, and we can't keep you around this long. We shouldn't keep you around this long, so goodbye. And he's gone at the end of the month. And guess who else is gone at the end of the month? This guy.
This guy with the thumbs. What has two thumbs and has a new job?
But
That
it's
guy.
funny. It's funny that it didn't work out, because when I first heard the name of the company, my first thought was, well, that sounds like the type of company for me to work at, because it's called Analog Devices. You would think that a company named Analog Devices would be a company that Gators would want to work at.
That could be fleshlight.com or something like that, or Analog Devices.
Analog Devices. Well, they manufacture semiconductors. And
I was going to say, I thought they make manual light switches. They go on, they go off. Anything else, go screw yourself.
There's engineers there that are designing things with circuit boards and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool place. But the way this place seems to operate is they tell you what position they're moving you to. You really don't, because if you want to control your career, you come into a place and you kind of, well, I want to get hired to here, or where can I move to from here? And people there don't have that attitude. If if a new person comes in, a new supervisor comes in and says, well, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself moving to? Their answer is, I have no control over that. They move us around. And sure enough, that's happening at the end of this month. At the end of this month, the person that sits next to me, she's reporting to that person in the office over there. The person in front of me, well, he's been a contractor for too long.
I guess
I was going to be reporting to someone up in Wilmington, and the guy behind me, my supervisor, he's going to be starting a new department. And
some places are like that, though. It keeps
right.
It keeps things from settling, which sometimes that's kind of a good thing.
And I talked to my supervisor about the new project they have him heading up. I'm like, that sounds like a cool department. They're giving you a team? They're like, well, they're giving me 2 people. I'm like, well, you get to pick those people? He goes, nope, they haven't told me yet who they're giving me. So it's, even though I'm in good with him, that did me no good, because he couldn't say, I want that guy. And I'm like, well, how do they decide who to give you? Have you put in a good word for me? It's like, I tell them what I think, but I'm like, well, how do they do this? Well, they kind of look at everyone, they talk to everyone and try to decide who they think will fit good where. And I'm like, well, how do I, get on their radar?
Well, who is they?
Somewhere?
Are we talking about 1 cat, 10 cats, 100 cats? I mean, there's got to be who is the
two or three cats that might be leading at the.
Well, it sounds like there has to be a they somewhere, and those are the ones you have to go find, I guess.
And so I asked him, well, how do I get on their radar? He goes, you're just a contractor. You're not on their radar. It doesn't work like that. And I asked him. Here's the thing: when I renewed my contract, he said, between you and me, if you find something else before this contract is up, take it, because you could do better than this, and I don't see you moving within this. So that's the situation. My supervisor likes my work and is basically telling me, you.
So when is the last day?
The last day is the 24th.
Is it Hawaiian shirt flip flops day?
I think I'm going to keep it classy to the end.
Okay, I just wondered. You never know. I just take it right out of the playbook of Office Space. Gut the fish right there on the table.
I got to keep it classy.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Well, you should. And
then I'm,
should.
and then I'm, I already put in for the last week of June into 4th of July weekend off. So basically, 24th is when I go on vacation, and I just never come back.
Berserker tattoo across the forehead?
No,
nothing like that.
No. But and then July 5th, I start my new job.
Well, cool. You get to celebrate.
Yeah.
The birth of the country, and then the next day, you work. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Making a lot more. Learning
about
Mac.
So the battery is going to get replaced in the mixer, or you get a new mixer.
Oh, also I can replace the battery in my scale too.
Oh, you can replace the battery in the mixer and send it to me. You could do that. You need a new mixer anyway.
You don't know, though. This mixer's got the flying faders are all over the place.
I wonder if those faders are the same ones as mine. Maybe I could take mine and put them in yours.
They're getting worse. They are getting worse. They have a mind of their own at this point.
I'm going to have to do something, because mine is not going to make it forever. Yeah, I don't know if mine took a crap right now. I don't know what I'd do.
Well, I know what I would do. I get the Behringer right in the next room.
No, I don't have that luxury as a backup, unfortunately. I would hate to have to do a show 100%. I could do it. Boy, that would not be fun. actually doing everything through the.
Get a Behringer FedExed over there, and
That's the problem. I've already had this. I hate to drop down, but
well, there's some.
I would rather have your Ghost Fader machine here. I will take it though. If you ever decide to get rid of it, I'll take it.
I'm not planning on getting rid of it.
Well then, F you.
Sorry.
There we go.
So yeah,
that just happened.
And here I thought I was doing my co-worker a favor, though, getting back to that, because I sit down with my supervisor. I'm like, I'm out of here in 2 weeks. And I'm like, hey, but the guy in front of me that they're letting go because he's been a contractor, maybe you could talk them into keeping him for another 6 months to help with the transition, since you don't want to lose 2 of your key guys at the same time. He's like, no, they don't care. Up that high, they don't care about that.
Oh, well, if that's the way they like it.
I tried to help him out, but
that's the way they want to do it. Johnny tried to be the good guy. Oh,
tried to be the good guy. So now we'll see what the next 2 weeks entail, because now they got to figure out how to transition this. And he's like, well, who's going to take over for that project? I'm like, you tell me.
Yep. You know what? You take the same attitude, I guess. I come in, there's things to do, I do them, and I go home. That's
Right.
That's what the job says.
I'm going to do my job. You got to figure out where to transition.
So we're going to have a late night Johnny music show to celebrate anything like that.
I need
do something.
The gang is gone. I don't have a gang for late night.
Gosh, you don't need a gang. I don't have a gang. I got my gang. I'm looking at my gang. You're nice enough to call in and drink a beer with me during the during the first break, and
I need Mars and Neo.
Yeah,
and
you do, because yours is more of a
come back, and Mars has disappeared. Emily, things are still a little tense there, and Venison's around, but yeah.
No, I don't think he's allowed to play on other networks. I'm sure he's not allowed at all. I'm surprised. He probably has to ask for permission.
Not allowed to plug other networks on certain networks.
No, it's more than that.
Really?
Oh, I know it is.
I don't think so. I think
that's the rumor. Wrong, that's the rumor I'm starting.
Someone's got to start.
That's the rumor I'm starting. That's right. He's not allowed to do. It's like he's not online right now. He's not allowed to even interact with us via Messenger during the show. That's the rules.
That's the rules.
They rule with an iron fist. They've fisted Venison into submission. Oh, what? God. What?
You just said that, dude.
What?
You just said that.
Oh, my God.
You just talked about fisting.
Oh, stop it. Stop. Don't make it worse.
That's what you said.
I don't think this is recorded anywhere. Pretty sure. Oh, God. That's like, what I hope's not recorded is last night. You make bad decisions sometimes when you drink a little too much.
Really?
Not really. Is
that how it works?
That's how it works. Let me tell you. It's like
with this concept.
It's like last night. Yeah. This is a bad decision. Well, no, yeah. Well, there's bad decisions, and there's just maybe decisions that you really should have thought more about. It's like last night. There's some guys on Sky 106 Outlaw Radio that come on. They actually start at like midnight, and I see. I'm not friends with. I'm not really friends, but I listen to them when I can. I listen to them right after my show, as I'm doing all of putting my files together and doing all that stuff. I'll tune over and listen to those guys. And every once in a while, I'll call and say hi. It's like for whatever. This was their 1 year anniversary last night, and I thought, hey, what a great idea! I'll call into their show drunk. Because what could go wrong? Well, it wasn't that bad. I was 5 beers in, and there's about 30 minutes in the show left. I'm thinking, 30 minutes. I could walk up and go to the kitchen in 30 minutes. Come back here. So beer number 6 got opened up, and you got to keep in mind too is one of the beers was the orange stout, which is like 2 beers anyway.
Oh, so this was like the decision to open up beer 7.
Yeah, almost. And then that one that we had, I don't know how that first one that was pretty proofy. Yeah, it was pretty snappy. It's supposed to be around the 9 to 10%, around 9% range. And I think it probably was, because the apple brown that we had, that was, boy, man, I was really worried about that. That was kind of really cidery. Good
so
stuff.
you went for the equivalent of like beer 7.
That was about beer 7. Yeah, I was. And so I call up and talk to the guys, and for whatever reason decided I would do a rap for them, which where that came from, I have no idea. Yes, it was fun though. The funny thing is that's how the echo come to be.
Oh,
by the way,
is that where that echo?
That's where the echo came from, because my faders don't work real well either. And for everybody does on these digital boards, they're called flying faders. The faders move automatically. So when you change between, like if I click on an effects, everything goes to the bottom, and you have to raise the faders up. Well, what happens is not all the faders went down like they're supposed to. Yeah, so they were stuck in that position. So that's where that was coming from. So
you were still fadering me to the effects.
To the effects for whatever reason, which I don't know why, but it did. And so that's what it was. I don't know why it was feeding back to me. But anyway, that's what it was. That was fun last night. So I was just like, yeah, what a great idea. I'll just do that. And then wake up with a hangover. But these things happen. But I had a fun show last night. It was good. I did the Quint show. I did 5 in a row. Did 5 songs from different people. And that was and that's what I told Jonny we're going to talk about is you have to really start reevaluating things when you start trying to find 5 good songs that you like from an artist, because especially when you go back a ways, you go, oh man, I love that song. Well, go try to find 5 good songs from them, and you go like, it's rough. Now, like I said, not all of them are hard. I mean, obviously Janet Jackson, that was simple. Michael Jackson, not a problem. Steely Dan is ridiculously easy.
Yeah,
I mean, you can just go.
The hard part is figuring out
the ones you want to play. Yes, I mean that's nothing. Well, and I hate to say this, I like Toto. I really do. There's some Toto songs. 99, Pamela, Roseanne. I love those songs. But you start. I've named 3 of the top ones. You start getting into some other ones. You're going like, oh my! I had no idea. I mean, there's a shit ton of Toto albums. I didn't realize how many there were. And I was like, these dudes are kind of struggling, man. Because I mean, it's not horrible stuff, but it's not the same caliber as the rest of those songs. And like I said, you know, finding 5 songs is rough. Finding 10, I don't know if I could do that. I could find 10 that were, I don't know if it'd be kind of listenable, but yeah, that was kind of interesting.
You might find another 5 that are mediocre enough to space in the other 5 and put together one decent album.
But yeah, that's it. That's it. So it'd be like they should have just, you know, the Toto XXX whatever. No, just do Toto. Boom, done. But if anybody listening from Toto out there, I apologize. You know, you're doing your thing. That's cool. You do. I'll do me. But I love the music. I love some of it. I just didn't realize that when you have to go and find, you know, blocks of it, it's a little harder to do. Like John Mayer, same thing, simple. You know, there was a lot of them like that. So. But it was fun. I had lots of listeners. I say, well, lots in my world. At one time, between the 3 streams going on, I had 30 people at one time. I was shocked. Normally during live shows, it's never that many. And I was really digging it. I was like, that's pretty cool.
You're building up a following there.
Well, I think for whatever reason, I think the music that I had playing last night, everybody else seemed to like, and so everybody kind of stuck with it. Because normally what happens is I get a lot at the start, and then as the night progresses, they kind of they finally peter off, and that's. But that didn't happen last night. I think on the Heat streams, I think I had the same amount, or even one more than I started with, which is really doesn't normally happen that way. And then the Vaughn streams, Warhawk was in there. You were in there for a while. Well, sort of. You're probably just parked, but I think I saw a couple of people pop in and pop out because I don't really interact with that Vaughn chat room very much unless somebody talks to me. I mean, because I'm pretty much kind of doing my thing anyway. So
you know, I'm thinking you probably made the right move opening with some Janet Jackson, because I have a feeling that, you know, somewhere in a bar someplace they had you playing. And let's see if I can cue up the right thing here.
You have to turn that up because I can't hear it.
Put some Janet Jackson on. I'm not putting Janet Jackson on, okay? Excuse me. Brandon! You need to stop yelling at me at the bar. Brandon!
He wants to hear some Janet Jackson.
Is this a video?
You know what? This is really annoying. I knew what I wanted to look for, and I found a clip of someone taping their TV.
Oh, isn't that nice?
I was looking for that episode of Bar Rescue where the guys yelling, "Play some Janet Jackson on!"
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what was that?
Yeah, that was really annoying. I'm sorry. It was that failed right there. Is what
Bar Rescue is great. That can be a great show sometimes. I love watching Bar Rescue. There's some good stuff on there sometimes.
Let's see if this clip has it.
Maybe, dude, give me a lap dance. Come with me.
He said, "Give me a lap dance."
That's what he did. But he's going to ask for Janet Jackson in a moment.
This guy is the anti-owner. He's doing.
This is the type of thing I should have prepped ahead of time and just got the isolation.
Yeah, well, we didn't know we were going to go.
So we did have to listen to
Jack Tapper.
I'm at a party, and I'm having a good time. When he comes in, he's all pissed off. Ooh, I'm scared. But you know what? Dude, he
That dude's lit.
That dude, yeah. I don't think that's the right moment. But anyways, at some point he was just screaming at Brad to put on some Janet Jackson. That's the part everyone remembers.
Oh, maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I should. It would be a big hit in the bar.
That episode. Well, that episode really sucked because what happened is that they he puts all the work into the bar, turns it into something great. He walks in at the end of the episode. Well, first of all, he decides he's going to fire this guy right before they open. And Tapper's like, why don't you give him another chance? And if you don't like, But anyways, I do the opening. He's like, hold on, before you open it, interrupts him. It comes up. He's like, hey, this isn't working. You need it. Fires him right at that moment where they're getting ready to open the bar.
Oh, when they're doing the big reveal thing?
When the big reveal, he interrupts the big reveal, fires the guy, which Tapper's pissed off about. What's he going to do? Opens up the bar. They walk in. He goes and he goes, I fucking hate it. Turns around, walks out.
I think I said I must have missed that one. Because for me, I think my favorite all-time episode for Fail was the one with the pirate bar.
Oh, yeah.
With the bar. It's not a bar, it's a bar.
Which they turned back into.
Oh, my, yeah, and then swiftly went down the tubes. But, yeah, some of those are great.
Yeah, but that one was sad because he storms out. So they continue the grand reopening without him, and then in the text I have on the screen afterwards, kind of follow up. Basically, he showed up. He disappeared for a few weeks. He came back. He closed the place down, and that was and
everybody lived unhappily ever after. Basically.
Right. Because there were people who had jobs there, who were relying on that place, and here he redesigns it, puts all that money into it, turns it into a viable business. He's like, nah, the design's all wrong. Close it.
Wow. Well, you can't help everybody. So some people can't be helped.
No,
now, of course, that show, I'm sure there's a little bit of sensationalism on there because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to scream. But some of those people need to be screamed at. Oh yeah, they really do because they just don't get it. Because what I understand, because the whole thing for me is like, if my place that I've built is screwed up, and I want you to come help me. I guess they're missing that A-B conversation of I'm asking you to come. I guess what a lot of people think that they're just going to come in and go, oh, man, you've got this down. I don't know why this isn't working. Maybe that's what they expect to hear.
Well, I think what they expect to hear is that it's, hey, you're doing a good job, but you've fallen behind and you need to put money into this place. Tell you what, we're going to come in here, and because you're so awesome, we're going to put money. Because that's really what it is.
But we're not going to change anything. We're just going to let you do your deal.
They put money into the place. Well, I think these places recognize that they need some money into the place, that they're behind on their bills, and there's some stuff that needs to happen that they would do if they had the money to do it. But there's a lot of things they need to do that don't require the money. Like properly managing it and things.
Well,
like that.
and I tell you what, I think my wife and I kind of got into this conversation, and maybe if you can think of like your old hometown when where you grew up, kind of thing. There aren't a lot of places. If I have to close my eyes and think, okay, let me think of bars that have been there forever. There's not a whole lot of them. I mean, like almost zero. Seriously. Right. I mean, and the ones that have been there forever are just little dive spots that somebody probably owns and it keeps up. I mean, but that's the one thing about it. A lot of these on that show, they start out as some are huge hits when they open up, and then they go off the radar because other people go, hey, that guy's got it going on over there. Let's do that too. Right. And then they're into the new fresh ones. And everybody goes running over it because that's what happens here. I mean, back in my my early Dune and Bob days, when I used to go to the clubs or whatever, those clubs changed quite often. They didn't stay the same very much. They changed names. They would go in and completely gut the places and start off as something else, because that's what happened. People would start going here, then it would die down. Then people go over here, and it would die down. I mean, literally, you had to keep it fresh, and that's all there was to it for that particular crowd you were trying to go for. I think the only exception to that was there was a couple of places that had really long runs that were heavily into food and stuff like that. There's a place here in town called Margaritas.
Right.
And that is one of the more longer running places. And what it is, it's a Mexican restaurant during the day. And then on the weekends at about, I think, 9 o'clock, they remove all the tables off of the dance. It's a big place. All the tables come off the dance floor. And now it's a nightclub with a live band. Come on, they play 80s music.
There you go.
The funny thing was that I used to work with a guy who was good friends with the guy who has the band there. The band's name is Lotus, and I said, "Oh man, I love that they play 70s and 80s music there, and they play good stuff like Earth, Wind and Fire. They have a horn section. I mean, this is a great band. It's a great band." And he goes, the funny thing is they're not just playing old stuff. They're just playing their stuff. That's what they played back in the 70s and 80s. They just never stopped playing it. That's what's pretty funny about the whole deal. Yeah. But they do a booming business, and they have. I think that's because they have, since the restaurant part keeps it together. They make their nut off of that, basically.
Right.
But those bigger places, I mean, the cowboy clubs we went to, man, those things came and go like nothing.
Well, here's the thing I really don't get about Bar Rescue, is that every episode starts the same way. He comes in, he yells at them, he inspects the place, and finds that it's absolutely a dump and makes them clean it up.
Yes.
Okay, now here's the thing. If I was inviting this guy into my bar, first of all, he's got a reputation. So I'd want to prepare myself for him. Second of all, I'd probably watch a few episodes. Third of all,
did you ever watch the show? Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
And it's not like, I know they don't actually tell you date and time they're coming in, but they got cameras installed in there. The owners know he's coming in at some point.
That's right. Yeah, so let's not put the mop out and make it at least
how
not
are
try.
These people not cleaning up?
I don't know. See, that's what I wonder too. Sometimes
when
they surely not. You wouldn't think they're told not to, would they?
Growing up, when you had company coming,
growing up, how about now? Come on, there isn't you or I both. You could always tell how important a person is coming over on how much shit you clear out and put on your bed.
Oh, I knew it was a big deal if we were out in the front yard pulling the weeds out of the flower beds.
Oh man, it's on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh my God! It's got to be the Pope.
Oh, my wife got the. We have this down to a science. I mean, I got the little vacuum. Man, she's clearing off the table with all the crap, and when the kids are coming over, we got this down.
It's like they got cameras installed in the bar. They're coming here. Maybe we should tidy up the place a bit for company that's coming.
Yeah, company's coming.
No,
what they do? Hey, company's coming. Hey, let's get really bombed tonight. Get into a fight. Do a burnout with a motorcycle on the bar. Let's
they have to play some Janet Jackson.
And then get pissed off because nobody wants to play Janet Jackson. That's exactly what we're going to do.
There we go.
What could go wrong?
He'll be so proud of how I'm
That's right. He'll be like, yeah, dude, I want to be a partner. That's right.
Dude, I am also a fan of Janet Jackson. You're doing a bang-up job.
That's right. Here's $100,000. Party on Wayne. It doesn't work that way for whatever reason. But
no, I've yet to see that episode.
I do like some of the things. Like I said, it's fun to watch the people come in and do the teaching, because obviously there is some real talent out there when it comes to especially the cooks and things like that, because some of them are amazing. I mean, they'll go to some of these bars. They went to one, and like they have a menu that's like, I mean, it's like a 5-page fold out. It's like, it's like, what, 90 million? It's like, how much stuff is on here? Then they ended up, that's the big thing. They usually take those, they go, and here's the new menu. It's got like
1 page.
Hot dog. It's got, but that's what it's got to be though. Do something.
is when you get to the place and they got like the 20 volume menu, and no, we don't have that tonight. No, we stopped serving that. No, we don't.
Yeah, we're out of cashews. Yeah, no. What do you
keep
have?
Up with the menu. You can't keep up with the menu like that.
No, you can't. Absolutely not. And they go like, I want the nachos, and they're going, it's like, oh God, yeah. Don't be that person. But because some bars do food good and some don't. I mean, we've been to a few. There's one down the street from us that we go to it's been through some cooks, and sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not. But it's still there. We've always wondered one of these days if we're going to see old Tapper in there and clean the place up. Go in there and make that happen. But that was the same bar that my wife and I go to. We sometimes on Fridays we'll go and eat there after work, and there's a few tables of sometimes there's people in there that are blind people in there that for whatever reason frequent that place, and I'm always sitting there going like, do I go over and ask them if they've heard of NHB Radio? I mean, I don't know why, but I'm the Dune.
Exactly.
Of course, I don't do that thing where I talk really loud to see if they'll recognize my voice or not. Because I just assume if you're blind, you've heard of me for some reason. I don't know why.
That's logical.
That's logical. I think what it was, there was one guy that called into the show years and years ago that was actually from Wichita. That was blind. So for whatever reason, I just always assume that that's the guy that I see. He's the one I see in there. He just doesn't know it. But so there you go.
Makes sense to me.
That makes total sense. Hey, speaking of blind, Damon, there was a segue for you.
There's a segue.
Yeah, I felt bad last night. I forgot to text Damon. Tell him that beer was flowing last night.
And he didn't send you out a search party?
He was getting ready to, and I this morning I thought, I better text Damon and make sure he knows I'm alive. So I texted, hey, dude, I'm alive. Oh, that's good. So.
Well, where is he now?
Well, he's not calling in. You're right. I don't know where he's at, because he's had all kinds of. You've had computer problems, or not computer problems, but you got the new job dealing with computers, and he's had computer problems.
Yeah,
which I think he finally got rectified. He had ended up sending his little computer back.
Right. Speaking of little computers, I've been tomorrow. I'll go into more detail, but I've been Raspberry Piing this weekend.
Oh, you got it right there in your hand.
Yeah.
Big old chunk of Raspberry Pi in your hand. That's what a Raspberry Pi looks like? I have no idea.
Actually, I bought a kit that came with a case. I'll show you what a Raspberry Pi actually looks like.
Let me click on you so that people can see. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out of its case so that you can actually see it. I guess I should take the power cord out of it. I'm just.
Are you going to, just by chance, are you going to talk about how you're going to invent a new Raspberry Pi that you can drag and drop in?
You saw that tweet.
You should. Yeah, you need to invent a Raspberry Pi that you can do a drag and drop. So what it is, it's a little circuit board.
Yeah,
and it's got two USBs and a Ethernet.
It's got 4 USBs.
Oh, 4 USBs. Sorry,
an Ethernet, an HDMI.
Okay.
And it's got these pins that if you want to, do some more things with it. And over here's where the mini SD card goes in. That's basically your hard drive with your OS on it.
Okay.
And your audio and video comes out the HDMI. And, USB, Ethernet. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, a built-in crappy Wi-Fi, I should say.
Oh, really? Not very good.
No, it's cheap Wi-Fi. It's got Bluetooth on there, but it's also like the cheap version of Bluetooth. It's a they keep the price point down.
What's something like that cost?
Well, my kit, which came with heat sinks and the power cord and this case, was like $75.
Okay.
I think it's like $35-$40 to get just the board. Also, the SD card was part of the kit. So $75 gets you set up with this whole little kit I got here. And I've got RetroPie on it. Now the thing is that, I want to play Qbert. And
so I was going to say, there has to be, what's the rub on this? What is it you're trying to do? Because everybody uses when it comes to those things, people do the crazy. It's like if I flip the switch, or if I clap my hands 4 times, it makes the lights come on. Ooh, it's always something really weird. that most people have this. Well, and then like Brian, he has the the pheromone thing or whatever.
Yeah, that was the Radio Shack kit. But no, I'm RetroPie is a special OS that you install on there, and the way you install it is there's a file you download, and there's a program that lets you deploy an image onto an SD card. And I've got this little USB adapter that I just
threw away. Yeah.
Now I got to find that on the floor later. But it basically,
don't
it's
roll over it. Don't be that guy.
It's a micro SD to USB adapter, and there it is.
There it is. Okay.
So you slide the micro SD card in there, and it fits into your USB slot. So you could then use your little tool to deploy the image of the OS onto your micro SD card. You throw it in the slot on the Raspberry Pi. You hook up the HDMI cable. I also hook up mouse and keyboard. I have wireless mouse and keyboard. Put the dongle on the USB port. Hook the power cord up. Automatically turns on. Installs your OS, and you put in a USB jump drive, and it creates a folder structure on that jump drive. And within that folder structure, you drop your ROMs for your different systems: Nintendo, Super Nintendo, gotcha. MAME, Atari 2600, Game Boy. Lots of different things on there, and then when you put the drive in there, you watch the light blink, and that light blink means it's copying all those ROMs off onto the folder structure on the micro SD card. And when it stops blinking, you take it out, you restart. Well, anyways, Qbert
sounds simple enough.
Well, yeah, but then if you want to really dive in, you got to do some tweaking, and tweaking in Linux is not easy if you're used to Windows. And I'm going to go in depth because I did a lot of things. Like, for example, this thing, there's certain default values. You hook up a controller and it has you map the buttons. And the thing is there's a lot of different systems. There's a lot of different types of controllers and a lot of different button configurations. And so it has its own idea of how to adapt different controllers and different buttons to different systems. And they kind of have the idea that you'll hook up like a PS3 or an Xbox type of controller to it and use that to run everything. But I have actual Nintendo 64 style controllers I want to use with my Nintendo 64, so it doesn't have all the buttons. So I had to do a little manual tweaking with that, and I'm going to go more in depth on that tomorrow because I came up with a perfect solution that worked great.
Well, it sounds like fun. I mean,
right.
Well, I gotta say, you're now, have you backburnered the whole playing the FLAC files thing, or is that still?
Yeah,
in the works?
Well, that was more of a can I do it type of thing, and yes, I can, but I don't need something that does that. So,
I got you.
That's
backburnered.
backburnered.
That was your hand clap 4 times and turn the light on thing.
Right. Now I found something fun I can do with this thing.
Okay, so you can actually take this anywhere that has an HDMI. Boom, plop it in.
Except that my parents' Samsung TVs at the Shore House don't like the Raspberry Pi and won't display the video, so I got to figure that out.
Isn't that nice? I think Dad needs to get a new computer. Yeah, or new monitor, new TV. There you go.
Yeah, 2 new TVs in the new house, and it's like, no, Dad, you bought Samsung. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of these. Sorry, you should. Why didn't you ask me?
Well, he asked me about the receiver and the subwoofer, and I told him what to get there, but he didn't ask me about the TV.
Oh, there we go. He just assumed.
Anyways, but here's the thing. So Qbert has all kinds of unique, interesting sound effects on it that the way you emulate them is, I guess they can't emulate that certain part of the game. So the way they work around that is they captured samples in WAV file of those sound effects, and you have to throw those sound effects into a place, and the emulator knows to go and grab and play those WAV files at the appropriate times as part of the emulation. And that's easy enough to do on Windows. But now on the Raspberry Pi, I had to figure out, well, where do I put these files? And that's changed from version to version, because sometimes you find a guide out there and it tells you how to do it, and you find out, no, that's how to do it like 3 versions ago. You don't do it that way anymore. So there's plenty of misinformation like that floating around out there. So I finally figure out where I need to put my files. So I have my files on a USB jump drive. Now, if this were Windows, I would connect the USB jump drive to my Windows machine. It would map a drive, and it would be there, and I drag and drop my files to where I want to go. but this is Linux. It doesn't work.
Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one.
Mac would also be easy.
It's okay, sorry.
This is Linux. First of all, RetroPie, the GUI, the graphical interface is for navigating playing video games. It's not for managing files. So if you need to manage and tweak things, you're going to a command line.
I'm not even sure which one to play for Linux. You know, is it that one?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Okay.
One. You found the one I use.
Okay, there we
great.
go. That's perfect. That's when the tweets come out. I almost that's something else. Maybe I can get somebody that can write me a program. You know, anytime you throw an F-bomb in a tweet, I think they should make it to where that notifies me.
That plays.
Can I make that happen? I wonder if I can.
Well, someone made a
somebody needs to make that happen for
whenever someone tweets the hashtag more cowbell, it actually hits a cowbell. So I think it's possible to make something that whenever Gator says fuck, it makes a gun sound.
No, I don't even want. I just wanted to notify me.
Oh, okay.
Because I know there's some serious crap going on, or it's a normal day at the Gator's residence. One or the other. I'm not sure.
I mean, for decades now with Windows, it's you connect the drive, it maps a drive, you drag and drop. Mm-hmm. How has Linux not figured this out yet?
They have a GUI, don't they? I mean,
you have the man mount things, and I don't like man mounting because
that's as bad as whole. That's as bad as the whole fisting thing.
No, yeah, exactly. You don't want to fist venison. I don't want to mount men.
Okay,
but here we are.
You know what? We are. I'm doing the 2 fingers in the eyes thing. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's exactly.
I think that's the lie of the episode.
You know what? We don't agree on much. That we do, my friends. That we do. There is no doubt about it. No, you paused for a piece of ice on that one.
You know what? I think we got to tweet that one now.
I think we should tweet that.
I think. All right. There we go. I'm going to put that in quotes.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, but it's my quote.
Oh, it's your quote. That's right.
You don't want to fist at venison.
That's so creepy when you say it that way. And I guess I'll have to retweet this. So.
I don't want to mount men.
That's right.
Haters talking about Linux. Radio.com. There we go.
And it's on the way. And there it is. So
and I actually included Venison's name in there so that he knows that.
And we will retweet that.
Someone's talking about fisting him.
We'll retweet on all the. There we go. The retweets are happening as we speak.
Now here's the other thing that's screwed up about this. So I go online, I look up a guide, and basically what you have to do in Linux if you want to be able to easily copy files from one place to another is, first of all, you have to create a folder that you're going to mount the USB drive to, which means you make a folder that's an empty folder, and you're going to tell it, okay, that USB, that device over there, make it show up in that folder. So I create the folder. That's easy enough to do. And I figured out if you put an entry in your /etc/fstab file, which you could edit. And I've used VI in the past, so I used VI to edit my fstab file. And I edit the entry into, I also used fdisk to find out what the device is, and I saw it there, and I went in and I edited the fstab, and I edited an entry to mount that device to that folder.
Like that.
And then I rebooted, and sure enough, this stuff from my USB drive shows up in the path of that folder. And from there, I could use my commands to copy things. And I thought, well, this is great. So now, the USB key that I was using is basically my RetroPie USB key. I've not been wiping it. I'm not done with it. I'm using it specifically for this purpose. So I figured, well, this is great. Now I have this entry in the fstab file. Anytime I connect this USB drive, it'll show up there, and it'll work for me. And if I don't connect the USB drive, no biggie. It won't see it. It'll continue on as normal, right?
Well, obviously not, because that's when the F-bomb happens.
No. That is not how that works.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this morning...
Yeah, there we go.
This morning, I plug in the RetroPie, my Raspberry Pi, and it boots up into emergency mode because something's wrong and I need to figure out what. And it's like, what do you mean this? And the error message it gives me is that the root account is locked out. And now the thing is, though, is that by default in RetroPie, the root account is locked out, and you use sudo to run commands as elevated or a super user or whatever. I don't know. So anyways, I run the command to unlock the root account just because that's the error it's given me. And I set a password for the root account, and I reboot, and it still gives me an emergency mode, and it still thinks that the root account is locked out, even though I ran the command to unlock it, and it didn't give me an error. And so at some point, I'm like, okay, all right, what did I do? Oh, it's probably that. So sure enough, I go back into my fstab folder. I comment out the entry there to mount the USB key to that path, which that was
so
difficult.
glad I'm not doing this.
Which that was difficult because when I hold down the shift key and press 3, normally that's where you get a pound sign, and a pound sign is.
I had to look down to verify that, by the way.
And a pound sign is what you put in the front of a line in the configuration file for it to be commented out. Basically, in the configuration file, if there's a pound sign in front of there, the system goes, okay, that's just a comment for a person to read. I ignore everything in that line. So I basically went in to put a pound sign in front of the line so that it would ignore it, and then it wouldn't have a problem with the fact that I'm trying to mount something that doesn't exist, because it won't let you mount something unless it exists. So anyways,
that's probably a good thing.
now here's the funny part. So I go in to edit the file. I put my cursor in front of the line. I go into insert mode. I hold down the shift key and I press 3. And what does it put in front of the line? A pound sign. You know what the problem is, though? You know what the problem is, though?
What's that?
It was the wrong pound sign.
Wait, there's more? That's a double.
It gave me the British pound sign, as in money.
Oh, as in money.
And sure, technically it was a pound sign, but no, that was not the... So now I got to figure out which button on my keyboard actually has the pound sign I want.
You mean so all this time that when I press that, when I'm on my and I press that key, that's a British pound sign. Is that what you're telling me?
No, it gave me a funny L instead of a hashtag.
Oh, this has got to be somebody just jacking with you.
Yeah, for some reason, my
That's gotta be
keyboard
what it
mapping in RetroPie is a little off, and so Shift, which it's funny because if I hold down Shift and the button to the left of Enter, that should give you a quote, right? No, Shift and the button right to the left of Enter gives me an @ sign. Shift 2 gives me a quote.
But there's no actual map you can actually look at.
There's probably a way I can edit that. I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh God! Somebody in some dark basement going. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I was too busy mounting men. Okay.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was
jeez, that's
when the punchline comes to me, I have to say it.
I got you.
Actually, I'm too busy dealing with RetroPie stuff to get into the nitty-gritty Linux stuff. Yeah, I could fix a keyboard thing, but you know what? Today I figured out how to manually map buttons on my controller.
Well, we all found out when you go to the Linux chat room what happens, how helpful those people are.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're the ones that got the
no.
Yeah,
exactly. At this point, when they see me join the chat room, they all start
That's right.
Yeah.
They call it, you know what it is? They've rewritten the code on their end where when you come in it says manual boy. That's what it says. Won't read the manual boy. There we go.
Won't read the manual.
Won't read the damn manual. Come on. Oh gosh. Oh.
Venison has seen our tweet.
Oh, has he? Venison lives.
He wrote back, "What?"
We got the one word question out of him. Maybe we should call him after all. Oh gosh. What has he minutes left in there? Let's see. I'm curious. Offline with voice messaging. Oh, I don't have his number in here. That's what the deal is. I don't have it in the. I don't have. I need to connect his name to his number. Is what I need to do. That's what I'll have to do. Oh, well. We'll fix that in post.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We can fix that in post.
We'll fix that in post. You know, I'm really glad that as technical as it is for you to do that stuff, it's not that hard to do the beer thing. Otherwise, there'd be no beer drinking on this show that I made.
No.
If I had to go through that much trouble to make beer, there is no way.
Wait. No, this is Mr. Dune. The whole Windows was too easy, so I bought nothing but Macs. You know, I think those Macs are getting a little easy for you there, Dune. I think it's time to buy.
No. See, here's the thing. I remember what it was like to make that change. I don't want to go through that again.
All Linux.
At least I have stuff that works.
Meant like a pro in no time.
Oh yeah, it'd be the Dune and there's no video. There's no. I can't even, because those people are out there. You know, they are. There's some Linux people. That's all they have, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And I just can't even. No. If I can't go there's no such thing as the going to the Linux store. It doesn't exist. You know?
I will say I am getting better at Linux doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free's not free, is it? Free is not free when it comes to Linux. There's another quote for you.
Well, here's the thing I had to figure out is, now, so I want to play Qbert and Donkey Kong. And Qbert, I managed to get work. Well, first of all, there's like 3 or 4 different MAME emulators you can use in RetroPie because they can't just make one really good one. No, but then again,
Qbert, the guy that jumps around in the square, right?
Right, the guy that curses whenever he gets hit by balls in the face. That's right, I said it.
That's right.
He's being chased around by a trouser snake and getting slapped in the face with balls. That's what's going on in Qbert.
That's what's happening.
That's what's going
all
on.
this time.
And you thought it was just about
I just thought it was a dude jumping around on squares.
No. He's getting smacked in the face with balls and being chased by snakes. That's a pretty gay game. No wonder he's cursing all the time.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. Oh well.
But anyways, the problem was so I go and I Google, and well the thing is that the people that make RetroPie, they didn't make these emulators. It was basically a project where someone grabbed emulators that exist and formats them or compiles them or uses it. It's a project that a bunch of things that are out there are compiled into something or used in something. It's a collection of free stuff basically, and so. So I do a Google search, and they say, well, MAME for all is probably your best bet for MAME. And I'm like, okay. So I grab my Donkey Kong ROM, I grab my my Qbert ROM, and I throw them in the right folder and import them in, and I bring them up, and the Qbert one works. And I had to do a little bit of work to get all the sound effects to work. The Donkey Kong one, however, would not work. And I'm like, what the hell's up with Donkey Kong? And it turns, well, no, they were working, but they were sluggish and the sound sounded like crap. So someone said, well, why don't you use MAME 2003? I'm like, okay. And sure enough, I put them in there, and Qbert works great. Sounds great. Speed is great. Donkey Kong, however, won't run. And they're like, well, you got the wrong version of the ROM. And I'm like, well, where do I get the right version of the ROM? And they point me to the rule page that says, don't ask where to get ROMs. So that's...
Now, why is that?
Because, well, this is copyrighted material, and it's illegal to download these things off the internet, and they're trying to be they're not condoning this, that part of it. They only tell you how to do the stuff that doesn't involve doing the illegal stuff, which it requires doing illegal stuff in order to do it.
Oh, my gosh.
So it turns out that there's different ROM packs that you have to, and then they start telling me to use this tool that will rebuild the right ROM pack for what I'm doing, and I need 0.78 ROM pack, and so I use the tool and I download the DAT file. I'm going to go in detail about this tomorrow, but anyways.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I had to basically download 9 gigs worth of games to get the 5 games that I wanted. Is the end of the story. So yeah, that's RetroPie.
There we go.
It's great fun. But
like a little retro there going on.
But if you have a Samsung TV, you're SOL. So there you go.
Oh well. we'll get this figured out someday.
Yeah.
Just like we'll figure
I'm gonna
out.
fix this in post.
We'll figure out Venison's phone number someday. We'll call him back. I don't know how to find it in Skype. I remember doing that one time. It's it's usually there, but he's not.
It should be there. Well,
it's not hooked to his name, the actual phone number. The one that's got his phone.
Well, if I throw out some random digits, would you be able to figure it out from context?
If you throw, like it starts with a this and ends with a that.
Yeah,
there should be a song about that.
There should be a song about that, because we all know that he's in the 908 area code. We know that much.
908.
Yeah, because that's the same area code that I grew up in.
Would it maybe end with a 9?
It would end with a 9.
Oh, okay. So
that's only 6 digits we need to fill in the middle there.
Oh, that's too. No, can you like add this to a person's what you call it?
You could probably create a contact and throw that in there.
That's what I think I should do.
Yeah, there we go.
Add people or phone numbers. Let's see.
I'm surprised he's not online.
He's not for whatever reason.
Because he was tweeting.
He's around somewhere. He's being sneaky. So we can just
he's on the instant messenger. I mean, I should have just told him to bring up Skype.
Oh, that's true because he probably only has a couple of minutes left. We'll find out.
Damn it! You didn't let me get Skype up yet.
Oh, well then
Damn it, dude! You interrupted the guy.
Okay, Skype's coming up. We're hanging up on you then.
All right.
We don't want to burn up. You don't want to burn up your real minutes. There we go. There. No.
Damn it, dude!
You know what?
Better than to interrupt a guy when he's trying to get it up.
Oh, that.
Sorry.
This is going to go down in history of that show.
We're
just going to call it. We're just going to call it that show.
That show.
It was that show.
Hey, I'm happy.
That's what it was. You got no problems with it being that show, do you?
Gainfully employed, with lots of vacation time, lots of income.
There he is.
This is a happy weekend.
There he is. He's online now. I can call him right back up. If he answers, of course, he probably wasn't ready. That'd be the other thing.
He's still trying to get it up, dude.
He's still trying to. There.
Not quite up yet.
This is where I don't know if it would take hours to clip this show. We're just going to be because 10 years we're going to remember that show. Oh yeah. Because because sometimes we say that we don't know what we're talking about. Because I say, oh, that show that could be the Blue Bottle Show, or something like that.
He's got it up.
Venison has it up now.
No, I wasn't ready. At least let me plug in the damn headphones.
Hey, I'm impressed you have headphones. Yeah, it was fun last night during the show. I had to bug Venison. I have this routine after I start drinking a little bit during my 5-hit show. Oh, Venison's online. Better bug him. I just want to make sure he's really doing something that's better than what I've got going on.
Yeah, sleeping.
And I'm going to start demanding you tell me what that is.
I was sleeping.
Oh.
How was that better than the 5-hit?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it's quite better.
Seriously. Yeah, kind of
so relaxing.
You could sleep anytime.
That's right. You can sleep
only so many hours during the week you can listen to the 5-hit with Dune.
That's right. There's only 3.
I had passed out watching something. I forgot what the hell it was.
Well, we've already started the rumor that you're not allowed to listen.
Oh.
That's the rumor we started. You're not allowed to listen, and right now you're probably in breach that you're calling into this show.
How dare you be on another
How
network?
dare you be on somebody else's internet? That's the rumor we started. Between that and the whole fisting and whatever.
I don't know.
About that fisting thing. What the fuck was that all about?
Well, Dune said something. What was it you said? You were talking about him under control, the man holding him down, the whole, can't do it. And something about, and he accidentally threw out the word fist there without even meaning it in that kind of a way. And I latched right on.
And it was too close. The term fist and venison, it was too close.
Dude. You just talked about fisting venison. It happened. You take it back.
Wow.
So this is, like I said, this is forever called that show.
So then later on, I'm talking about my problems trying to figure out how to copy files off a USB drive onto my SD card using Linux, and how it doesn't automatically, map a drive. So I have to, run man mount. And, so I said the whole problem with this is that, I don't want to mount men. So, that's why I was like, the line came to me. You don't want to fist venison. I don't want to mount men. And so, yeah, that's
right. And we were complete agreement on that.
Yeah.
There was no gray area whatsoever.
No, we both are in complete agreement.
That's right. Check that box. Done.
So this is what happens when Gators uses Linux.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. You start saying weird things. This is what happens.
Or having weird cravings.
Yeah. So how's life on your end of the planet? Is it getting kind of warm there?
Yeah, it was kind of warm for a couple of days, but it dropped down. It's dropping down to the 70s. And beautiful, beautiful weather.
Oh, that's good.
70s during the day, 60s at night. Perfect sleeping weather. Perfect tanning weather.
That's why he was sleeping. It's good sleeping weather. Might as well sleep.
The weather's right for sleeping.
That's exactly what it is.
Damn right.
Sometimes you have to take advantage of that. I think it's really funny that Venison's icon on Skype is just a big white circle.
It is?
Yeah,
that is funny.
That is funny. That's funny.
I like that.
Ooh.
You're just a big white circle to me. There you go.
I think
it wasn't racist, was it?
Mars would approve.
Mars would approve.
Yeah.
Infiltration.
That's like Mars. I wonder if Mars gets my humor sometimes, because every once in a while he throws random tweets out there, and then I throw random tweets back.
I don't get any random tweets from Mars these days.
I mean they're not to me. He just throws them out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like he talks about coffee, so I did a coffee rap, via Twitter. He was talking about how people use broken words on Twitter, so I replied in the most broken worded way I could. Little things like that.
And he's also into USB-C now.
And then I can always tell when Brian Blues gets around to checking his Twitter.
Oh yeah,
like 3 weeks from now, he'll retweet that one that Johnny just sent.
Yeah,
that's what'll happen.
Yeah,
you start going like, what?
Well, I have to say, Brian Blues has a quicker response time on the Twitter than Video Vamp does on the staff list.
Oh, okay.
There is that.
Well, you know what? I guess if you have to look at a positive thing, there you go. Yeah, because Video Vamp does do that. He'll throw out you said what's he talking about?
Video Vamp doesn't write onto the staff list often. Well, no one does these days. But when he does, you rest assured
it's something from 6 months ago.
From weeks ago.
Weeks ago. That's like myself. I was playing around. By the way, did you see the Dune and Bob Show page on the NHB deal? I actually got bored and went and kind of played around a little bit and found some cool stuff. I put my 5-hit. I put all the listen links in there.
Yeah, I saw that.
I put the Twitter feed in there. Save me. I can now tweet more because I can just throw the because this is. Maybe Johnny, you can help me out with this. You can help me out with this. Well, it starts playing. It starts playing Vaughn too.
That's a great feature there. That how it automatically starts playing. I was just demonstrating that for you.
Yeah, so that works.
Yeah, that works.
That works. So there you go. But the whole thing, I was wanting to. I don't have years ago when I used to actually build websites. I make it sound like I know what I'm doing. I used Front Page. I used Microsoft Front Page for years. And that's what I made all the websites with. And I don't have that anymore. I'd probably do somewhere. I could probably install it, I guess.
I think the last time I updated a site, I had to go search in the torrent sites for the really old because it was discontinued at some point. And
is it not even around anymore?
Yeah, they did away with that, and I don't think it gave me trouble installing it because my version of Office was too new for it to be what's this old thing you're trying to install?
Oh. Well, the whole thing was that was what the deal was. I thought what I'd like to do is make a simple link, a small link that just you could click on it, and then all the listen links are there for everything. I thought that would be simple to do. But I tried. I'm going well, how do I do that? How do I make something like that? Because I have the duneandbobshow.com page,
Right.
that I can get on the FTP and send stuff to, but I have nothing to make the page. So, okay, free HTML. I'll just go online and try to find. I'm like, oh my god, every place wants to sell you the place because I wanted to put. I thought, well, I'll put the Twitter feed in there because that's kind of cool. That places have that.
Right.
That you can actually see it, and I thought, well, surely it wouldn't be that big. Well, everybody wants to sell you something. Everybody wants to. Yeah, you laugh, but it's true.
Well, yeah.
They want to say the damn. They want to, it's like some of them are like, oh, this much a month for the website. What? No,
well, I just recorded Tech TV back in the day. They told you, they taught you how to do HTML coding.
I should have done that, but I found some free HTML things, and I started messing around with that. I was like, well, wait a second. Well, maybe I can just do this on the NHB page. And I started going to dink around on there. And then same thing as you, I went online and started, how do I put the Twitter feed into something, and figured out that Twitter themselves makes a code generator that you can actually go and it builds the code for you to put that into a site. And I put it in there and it worked, and I was shocked. And I thought, wow, this is cool. And so I was really proud of myself. That was kind of my yesterday project, was to build that little part of the page. Now, the problem with that page is I have to figure out how to scale it down for a mobile, because it doesn't scale very good. It cuts off the whole Twitter feed thing.
Yeah, so, it looks fine in the browser on a monitor. But,
no, the browser looks fine. Yeah, but the problem is, everybody kind of lives in a mobile world anymore, and it does have at the top when you're in the edit mode, which is kind of cool. And I think this is .NET Nuke. Is that what it's called? DNN. Is that what that stands for? .NET Nuke. I think something like that. I think that's what it is. But it has a button where you can click and actually view it as a mobile device, and as any mobile device, and it'll let you view it in both, holding the phone one way and turning the phone the other way, which is kind of cool.
Well, that's cool.
So, I have to get that figured out. I think the pictures are what's screwing it up, because putting the pictures in there made it too big or something like that.
Well, that will mess with the size.
So they're not. What's the term? Auto zip. There's a term for that. Auto zip. We'll figure that out. So anyway, it worked though. Anyway, people, like I said, I had lots of listeners last night, so it must have helped.
And Dune, speaking of listening to shows, did you listen to my show Friday?
I listened to some of it, yes.
You didn't hear toward the end of it?
Probably not, because towards the end of it was probably when I went to eat with the wife.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, well, if it was anything that you say that about, I didn't listen to it. Because I would have blocked shit from you that I don't even have. Because you know how I throw fits about that. I just turn it off. It starts getting too deep.
All I did was read an opinion, that's all.
Yeah, I just turn it off when you start getting into your stuff. And I've learned that now. I've got to the point where I was like, I try not to engage. I just like, no, off.
And besides, I did it toward the end of the show anyway.
If anything, what I'll do, because usually, and I've done this before, and Johnny's the same thing. I'll tune out, and I'll send a message saying, let me know when you're done talking about X. And Johnny's cool about it. Johnny's cool. Johnny will go in there, he'll go, oh, we're done, and I'll tune back in. That hasn't happened in a really, really long time. But that's what I'm saying. I normally try to do that way, because it keeps me from breaking things that I don't want to break, because I don't have that much stuff anymore.
Wow, no, you got a big D behind you.
I got a big D. I don't want to break my D. Yo. There we go.
Break that D, so you might bring home an F next.
That's right. You might get the F, We don't want that, but
yeah, I kind of figured you weren't listening.
No. Yeah, because
no response.
Yeah, there was no response because I try. Well, the whole thing I try to listen as much as I could because I think I caught I listened to it a little bit on the way home. No, I did because you go on at 4, right?
Yeah,
3 o'clock.
Yeah, everything was normal
3 o'clock
up
my
until
time.
that point.
Yep. I think the one time I caught it just in time where you were doing the get naked and listen to the Star Trek song for whatever. I still haven't figured that one out. I don't. There's got to be a story behind that somewhere.
Oh, you tuned it in at the very end.
Yeah, that's the very, very end. That's how you close the show. For whatever reason, for the people who don't know, Venison does a show over on TBRN, which I can promote.
And apparently he doesn't take it while listening.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays, Venison does Venison Stew over there. It's fun to listen to, and he starts the show with a robot voice, and ends the show with naked people dancing to Star Trek songs.
Everybody likes that.
Where did that come from? Is there a story behind that? That had to start somewhere. I mean, it's sort of like the "What have we learned?" You know, that was fun because I think I coined that here, at least on this show. I did.
Oh,
and everybody kind of went and ran with it, but I don't know what it was. There had to be someday you were.
Damn it!
Smooth.
Wait a minute.
I thought you quit smoking. Are you still smoking? I know you smoked. I know you smoked. I know you. Well, you quit out of not more of necessity of just you kind of have to have cigarettes to smoke. I think is kind of what it was, right?
Yeah, that time in the hospital.
What do those even cost now? I mean, you live in New York. What cigarettes like $30 a pack now, or something like that?
Oh shit, no.
Well, they're got to be expensive. I think they're around the $6 range here.
Nope, the ones that I get, $2. And the little cigars.
These like made out of dandelions, or what kind of cigarettes are you buying up in the hills?
They're cigars.
Oh gosh, $2 a piece?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm talking cigarettes, just like $6 a pack here in Kansas. I think is what they cost. And I can't imagine that New York's any. I mean, they have to be more expensive.
Oh yeah, I can't believe that the cigarettes I used to smoke all the time, because they're the lowest tar and nicotine there, because I smoked too much of something else. And they're up to $10 a pack now.
That's what I figured. I was going to say, I bet they're around $10 a pack. I still remember like it was yesterday of saying, man, when they hit $1, I'm gonna quit. And I actually did. I actually did quit the first time before they hit $1. And then I got divorced and then started right back up again.
Funny how that works.
Funny how that works, and I had to finally quit again. I think I've been smoke free for 10, 13, 15 years, something like that. About 13 years, I think, something like that. Been quite a while.
Cool.
Been quite a while. Boy, because I mean, in the early days of Dune and Bob Show, I smoked like a freight train. I constantly smoked, especially it was one of those things you smoke because there's nothing else better to do. Driving down the road, smoke. Sitting in front of the commuter, smoke. Things.
Yeah, I did that too, but it wasn't cigarettes.
Oh gosh, I never understood the whole thing about a smoke-free home. Or they say this comes from a smoke-free home for electronics. And I guess that makes a huge. I guess that really jacks up electronics. It seriously does.
Well, not only that, but you never get rid of that smell because I actually
I was going to say like a microphone. You could probably really make a microphone smell funky if you were constantly blowing smoke into it.
But yeah, smoke-free home.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Because there are times you buy something and you open up the box, you take it out, and it's like, whoa, first of all, this smoked.
Big time smoke. Well, and it's really funny as myself as a prior smoker. At the time, I would smoke going down, like if I was driving, I always had my window down or opened up. And I thought, well, that negates the smoke smell. Well, it doesn't.
Yeah, you would be wrong.
Well, it wasn't until I quit and I realized that how much smell there really was. Because I'm the same way, like at work when I deal with people that walk in from the outside. They go, oh gosh, whew. Chimney, it just really wafts, and I guess I never, that was me. I was probably the same way. Now I was one of those people. I never understood this until I went to, there was a club. It was called the Breakfast Club, and it has nothing to do with the movie, but it was literally a place where you go and eat breakfast. It was a restaurant, and at the time when you could still smoke in places like that, this was a very popular hangout for after the bars closed, and it was my first experience with going and eating at a restaurant and watching people smoke while eating. I have never seen that. I have all my life of being around. I had never actually watched anybody actively have a cigarette burning and smoking while food was at the table. Now, has anybody? That was new to me.
I've never experienced
that. Was new to me, and it was not it wasn't just a one person thing. There were several people in the place.
Did that?
What's that?
Even I never did that.
I know, but have you ever seen it though? I had never seen that before, and I guess somebody goes, "Oh, I see people do that all the time." I was like, "Whoa!"
What people are you hanging out with?
You guys to really want to smoke. You know, if you can't even get through a bowl of soup without lighting a cigarette, come on.
Well,
now going to a club was one thing. Oh my God, that was the hardest thing about quitting smoking was going to the nightclubs.
Well, my favorite was way back when I was working at name of the company was Raritan Valley Disposal, garbage company in New Jersey. And I'm working in the office, and they were doing some work on a gas line nearby the area, and the work didn't go all that well. And this became very apparent to us when the smell of gas started wafting over from across the street and kept getting stronger. And, people were freaking out about it. Now, of course, we called it like we're aware of the situation. We're taking care of it. They probably turned off the line, but a lot of gas had leaked.
There's still the residual effect going on there,
right. So, and the ladies in the office, all the rest of the day, they should let us go home for that. That can't be good for us beating that in. And then what happens? They go on break. They go on the deck, pull out their cigarettes, pull out their lighter. Not a care in the world about
Not a care in the world. Didn't care about that.
Oh, my God. And you make them breathe in that gas that they can smell in the air the rest of the day. Oh, my God. The man is keeping them down.
Well, luckily, there wasn't like a big flash.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't. But they were very concerned about breathing in that gas, but they were not concerned about lighting their cigarettes. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
That's interesting.
And there's also the thrill of walking into a movie theater to catch the midnight showing of Wizards. And as soon as you open the door and walk in, you'll notice the smell of smoke, and it wasn't cigarettes.
You're like, ooh. Oh, yeah.
That made the movie much more enjoyable.
My first concert ever, I went to the Styx concert in 1978, I think it was. 78 or 79. And that was an interesting. I had never experienced that too. When the lights went down, the lighters went up. And I'm not talking about holding them doing that lighter thing. I'm talking about just flash. I was like, yeah, there was plenty of lighters going on. I was very young and learned a lot. I learned a lot that night. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Probably a little bit of that going on too, but
that kind of a lighter is.
Never been to a. That's a good way to go to a concert though. To get here you go. We're not going to do this pussyfoot. Start off slow crap. We're taking you. We're going to take. Whoa.
My brother just messaged me on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Brian's on.
Brian.
He's on Twitter.
Oh, I was gonna. There we go. Is that what happens? Brian's starting to.
Oh, I'm not looking at Twitter, but no. Apparently, I guess my siblings are giving my dad a T-shirt.
Father's Day coming up. That's right.
I guess so. So I guess he wanted to see if I wanted to be a part of that. But the thing is that that's a long way to drive to give him a T-shirt. And I'm going to be just a week later heading down to Jersey for a week. So it's like
all those ways, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm driving down there the evening of the 24th for a week. Why go down for a weekend when I'm a week later?
What kind of special T-shirt could this be?
I have no idea. This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Your dad's T-shirt. I just picture if your dad's wearing a T-shirt, it's probably got a big bird on it.
And you would be correct.
That's what I would think, and probably the hat match and the matching hat.
Oh yeah,
I had the matching hat
and the matching wristwatch.
Oh, there we go. I didn't realize accessorize.
Oh yeah, he found a Firebird themed wristwatch on eBay.
Full on Pontiac.
He's got them in multiple colors.
Oh wow! So like I got the iPhone and the iWatch, or Apple Watch. Sorry,
he's got the old style analog wristwatch Firebird model.
Firebird model. There we go.
There you go.
I mean, come on, Gator. If you love your father, you'd go out there and give him a T-shirt.
I don't have a T-shirt for him though.
Oh, just jump on Woot and send one over to him. Just hit that random button.
All right, let's see if there's something car related on
Woot.
Woot right now.
Probably not. You know what they do have on Woot though? I saw
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, it's not cheap though. On Woot, the Woot Plus or whatever, where there's actually a section where they have a whole crap load of autograph stuff, and one of the things they have is Burt Reynolds' Smokey and the Bandit thing.
Oh,
there you go. I don't know if he's a Smokey and the Bandit fan. I mean, they share. Well, obviously they should be. They share some of the same interests.
Oh yeah, he's got the DVD. He had the VHS. He's got the soundtrack on 8-track tape to display in the
just in case. He knows the term. He knows the terminology.
Yeah.
Northbound and down.
He went to buy the soundtrack.
There's a southbound and down. Which one is it?
You can't. Well,
you're bound and down. I don't know what the hell that means.
It depends which part of the movie you're watching. Because
okay.
The song actually does change from one to the other.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
And you know why I know this? I know this because you could not get the soundtrack on CD. So my dad bought the soundtrack on cassette, but the car has 8-track. Now he uses the 8-track adapter to hook up to a cassette adapter to hook up to the Discman. The cassette adapter works fine for the adapter to the CD, but it doesn't work great at playing cassettes because it chewed his cassette. So I had to repair his cassette and I converted it to CD for him. So I'm quite familiar with the Smokey and the Bandit soundtrack.
I had no idea. All this time, I thought it was just one song.
It's both.
That's wow. You know that.
Actually, I think it's East and West.
Oh, I was looking for there we go. I was looking for my wacky sound. That's what that is. Eastbound and down. That's it.
Yeah.
And westbound. Within westbound now. Okay.
And westbound and down. Yeah, change because they drive out, they pick up the beer, then they drive back.
And they smack the microphone and flip it around.
So they drove both ways. So they had to have the right lyrics for each part of the movie.
So what you're saying is what the hell was his name? Cletus. That was one of them, right? And I forgot the Burt guy. What the hell was it? They went both ways, is what you said.
Yeah, it was a round trip.
Okay, gotcha. And there was beer involved.
Yes, that's what was in the truck. I mean, you watched the movie, right?
That's right. And there we go. And a girl with no dress.
Yeah.
Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it.
Okay, there we go.
So that's that one. And
okay,
now
let's go in there.
Now we'll pull this one up. Let's see. YouTube is slower to load things lately. Have you noticed this?
I've noticed that, yes.
I don't know what's going on.
It
sits on a black screen for a while, and then eventually it comes up.
Ooh, this is serious.
Yeah.
Westbound and down, 18-wheeler rolling. Are we going to do what they say can't be done?
Okay, I got you.
So now you know.
So he's in trucker and singer all at the same time.
There you go.
That's right. I'm color me impressed. See, I guess it's one of those things, it takes me a while to discover these things, like the whole hi-hat left and right ear thing. Jonny, knew that for a long time. I didn't know the whole west and east side thing. So
yeah.
When I thought west and east side, I was thinking there was a fight getting ready to happen. That was what I was thinking. I didn't realize that, Smokey and the Bandit had that shit covered long ago.
These people are going westbound. These people going eastbound, and this is going to be east side meets west side.
Shit's going to happen right here, boys. It's
going to happen right in the middle of those two.
That's right. That's right. Somebody's going to get their ass barbecued. I think that was the term. I'm going to barbecue your ass in molasses, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
See, Vincent, this is what happens. This is what happens. At least you're not sleeping now.
Yeah.
Are you writing an apology letter? Dear Tiberian staff, I am sorry that I tuned into the Dune and Bob show. I will never do it again.
Yeah.
They did promote our station though, so we might get an extra listener. And don't tell them that we appreciate it, but thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you guys? I bet there's rules. I bet there's actually written rules. I bet you actually have that somewhere. There's a file with rules, and I bet and some of them probably. I bet there's one or two of them that actually mention your name in quotes. Venison rule number 1: And then it goes into the details.
Probably.
I'm guessing there is. I'm guessing there is. Because that happened during when I was the little dog I was sending around to have the pictures taken. Johnny, that you helped out with.
Right.
I had to actually write rules on that I called the guys from what the hell is the name? The Shocker.
The Shocker.
The Shocker rules.
The Shocker rule.
No pictures of the dog being held by a stripper. Because that's where the first place they'd go, oh, let's take Dune's dog to the strip club and have the hot stripper hold the dog while, swinging around the pole. Because that's what Mrs. Dune wants to see. That's going to help his marriage tremendously.
The thing is, you didn't set any rules about helicopters.
No, there was no rules about tying it with a piece of string that was barely big enough to hold a ping pong ball and swinging him over open water. No, there was no rules about that. So
yeah, I love that whole thing. You sent it to me. What do? I go into San Francisco. I go to all the touristy places.
All the touristy places,
pictures, pose with it because that's
very nice pictures. Yes, you and your wife. Yes.
No one else posed with it. Vamp sends it out over water on a helicopter.
Yeah, Vamp goes. Let me tie it to a drone to a string, and take it out over so it can see the fishes.
It's like how I didn't get that.
At least Brian got a hot chick to hold it in front of a fountain.
Oh yeah, Brian went all out. He took it.
He did.
Sites,
it went to Australia. Went to Australia. Went to all kinds of places. Brian
he also didn't pose with it.
No, he didn't. But for the longest time, I thought that was his wife, though. Until you told me I was wrong. All this time, I thought that was his wife holding the dog. And then you go, no, dude, that's not his wife. I go, are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Because
I've not met her, but
I'd be thinking that Brian's the man. If that would have been his,
Brian's the man, but that's not why.
Okay, well, anyway, so I got that picture. So
yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, check it out! I almost did have a venison rule, but
see, he's looking. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm not looking. I just remember this one.
Oh, I know. I bet one. I'm guessing anybody who signs on there.
Of these, of the old station owners.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, let's just say, has the same attitude about politics that you do.
Oh.
And yeah,
that was the venison rule, huh?
And I almost got in trouble for it. But then I reminded him, he had this other old broadcaster that also came on and did the same thing, but completely against the POTUS.
That's funny. So I wouldn't have that.
So can I.
Yeah, no rules. Come on. I guess we had some rules for a while, didn't we?
Country.
We had some rules here in NHB for a while, and then
I think there were some rules made towards me.
Yeah, there we go. The Jonny rules. There will be no Jonny rants. No, nothing.
Yeah,
more Jonny rants. I miss the Jonny rants. I do. I'm guessing you don't miss it quite as much. Probably.
Hey, I did some of it today on this show. I mean, we talked.
I'm talking about the like I said from the old days of sending from the staff list. Is like 14 pager. Saying first of all, because what you had a few of them that I will tell you, and I kid you not, that there was some of them that you wrote, and actually from your the blog thing that you did.
Yeah,
which is still out there, by the way. If anybody wants to go search for it, it's out there. There was a few of them where there was so much of it that I would actually do a copy and then speak and just sit back and listen to it. So either Microsoft Annie or the Australian voice I have on my iPhone would do the Jonny rant, which is really funny, by the way. I don't know if you've ever done that, but that's actually pretty funny to have that happen. I don't think I have that. I used to have that page. Where is it? I have that bookmarked somewhere. The Jonny rants. Gators rants.
.blogspot.com.
There it is right there.
Because he doesn't know how to use a computer.
There it is right there. Yeah, I would go. I think this works. I don't know if I haven't done this in a long time. Speech Start speaking. Does this work?
What in the fuck have they done to our computers? I pride myself in taking lots of measures to back up my data on my systems. I have storage drives set up with mirror pairs or with backups taken to external drives, and every morning a disk image backup runs on my laptop.
This is how I think he sounds.
Every time I test the system image backup by restoring the image to a spare hard drive, it runs no problem. So, in a worst case scenario of my hard drive dying, a restore should be as simple as a new Windows install, set up a few drivers, install my backup software, and restore to a hard drive. But anytime I actually need a backup, my system fights me every fucking step of the way. So, this morning, I wake up, turn on my computer, check a few things on Facebook, and poof, computer shuts off. What the fuck?
There you go. So that's how I listen to
No
Jonny.
warning.
Oh,
No reason.
Now how do you stop
Nothing.
Oh, great.
Due to the nature of
Oh, son of a bitch. This thing's not going to stop.
Designed for life.
Oh, man. Oh, now I got to Google how to make
State of not being recognizable until it power cycles,
Oh,
which
holy
requires booting into the BIOS.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
His rants are infectious.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Stop speaking. There we go. There. Okay. I got it. Woo! I like that. I just like hearing a computer say, "What the F?" That's great. So so there's a few times I had to listen to it like that because I just didn't want to read it. It was too much work.
Moral heritage. The Union is founded on the indivisible.
What the heck? That's not what I posted.
Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage.
No.
The Union is founded.
Whoa! What the hell you were listening to?
That was the default thing that's put in there. My rant.
Oh, Sir Mars just tweeted coffee. No, we're not fighting, Mars.
No, we're not fighting.
Yeah, that's. I was going to do that one time. I wanted Sir Mars to actually take a screenshot of his
A mechanic
tweets.
you can trust is so hard to find. The motorhead gene must skip generations. My dad was always one to work on the car, change his own oil, do something that involved me pressing on the brake when he told me to, and such. Me, on the other
I love
hand,
that.
Well, I know that gas means go, brake means stop, and where to put gas into the car. So, when I press gas and something other than normally going happens, that means I'm going to need someone else to look at the car. So, some time ago, probably a month or so by now, one morning as I parked the car and turned off the engine, smoke started pouring out from under the hood. That's not good. I think they only put so much smoke in there, and you don't want to lose all of it. So, I popped the hood, walked around to the front, and confirmed it. Yes, that is definitely smoke. I don't know why I bothered to do this. As always, I had no idea what I was looking at. So, it was time once again to bring it to a mechanic.
Yeah. There we go.
That's right.
See, I think I found it.
That's what it was.
I think you see that rant's about to go downhill fast.
That was about to get ugly real quick. But I like it. I love that. No. Because that's how I fear you saying it. That's exactly how, in my world, that's what it sounds like. So there you go. So
well, in reality, it's more like, but no. That's what I was actually going.
You know what? I never thought about.
Yeah.
You know what? I may have to try something here. Let's see here. Copy. No, I don't know if this will work. I don't know if this will work.
What are you trying to do?
Let's see. Let's see if I can make this. Click on that. Is this still around? Oh, it is. It absolutely is. Okay, hang on. So if this works, paste. And here we go. And let's see how she sounds speaking Jonny here.
What in the fuck got stayed until we're clunkers? I pride myself in taking lots of me show mans to back up my data on my systems. I'll have storage roles set up with mirrored pairs with backups snatching the external roles, and every morning some disk image backup runs on my laptop and main machine. Every time I test the damn system image backup I resto in the image TA spare.
This is called Gato's Rants on the Dialectizer up in this hizzy.
Some worst case scenario on my hard roll dying. Some resto should be as simple as some new Windows install. Set up some few rollers, install
Here,
more
actually,
backup software,
let's
and resto.
let's get to the good part here. Let's get to the one that we want to hear. This is what we're waiting for. Is this one here?
Yeah, I think so.
But preach it loud, brother. Preach it loud, brother. Right on. Anytime I actually need some backup, my system fights me every fucking step of the way. Slap my throat.
Slap my fro.
Slap my fro.
I don't
Slap
think
my fro.
Oh my God! Here, I've got to send that to Johnny so you can see that for yourself.
Slap my fro.
Slap my fro. All this time you've been doing it wrong. All this time.
I'm doing it wrong. Oh my God.
You're doing it wrong.
Apparently it has taken 10 years for me to get over my Mr. Bean burnout, and get around to watching all those wonderfully funny episodes again. And so I went into my stash of DVDs from back when I was still buying those, and pulled out my...
Well, yeah, that's... wait, where's the one that does the... wait, is that like a website that does the dialect?
It's called the Dialectizer.
Dialectizer. Oh, Dialect Jive. Now, can I target?
You can do anything. There's several different ones.
All right. Let's.
Yeah, I got to get voice back in
Yeah,
here.
you can do Elmer Fudd, Swedish, Moron, Pig Latin, Hacker, Censor. Or
okay.
Redneck's is a pretty good one. That's a pretty good standby.
Let's see. Oh, Bork is on there. There. Let's.
See what Bork.
Yeah, let's dialectize a little Bork.
Little Bork. Yeah, what could go wrong there?
Now, how do I make it play?
Oh, you just do use a copy right click and it does a speak.
Oh, this just makes text.
Yeah, it just makes text. But you do copy, and then you should do a right click. It should say speak it. I think even Mac or Windows does that.
No, I don't have okay, I got to basically take it here and copy that, and we'll paste it over here.
Oh, yours has to. Yeah, mine you can just actually right click or you can highlight what you want it to speak, and then
I'll just do it a website. Okay, well, it's going to trim that down to 1,000.
ZVHULEA boy in my s. Val, apparently it has taken 10 years for me to get to for my Mr. Hurdy Flirty Schnip Schnip. Boing Bernie Woot, unget your own to vetching elfus a wonderfully funia pisudes again. Bork.
There we go.
My stash of DFDs from back VHEI Vestiel Boing Thuse, unpulled out my cupie of ZVHULEA boing boo. It's been 10 years since these DFD sets semi out, and I probably haven't reached it since I first brewed it hume. Boot, let's backtrack a beat for Zier. Hurdy flirty schnip schnip.
This is great.
Back VHEI Vesta freshman in Higschule. Une de Aussier students in my algebra cluster to challenge our teacher Mr. Hurdy flirty schnip schnip. Boing. These ves resirud, being that is name a ves Mr. Hurdy flirty schnip schnip. V's. Gash D Bork. I can these. Unfundet that apparently zere ves sum age students kugun HBO abut a funny goo named MR.
There we go. That's great.
That works.
Yeah.
So we can do this would be the redneck one here.
Fry my hide.
What?
Fry my hide.
Fry my hide.
Fry my hide. Anytime I actually need a backup, my system fights me every fucking step of TH way.
TH way.
Of TH way, that's right. So there you go. I'm glad it's still around. That's been around for years.
That's great. I've got to play with that some more.
Yeah, there must be more than one because I don't see the Bork on this one. There must be more than one. Because this one has Elmer Fudd, the Swedish Chef, moron.
ECH leads me a to une conclusion. Bork not a fucking Syrian z viral veskifi vhe it some a to putang tigzir these DFD set. The her. This is absolutely hectic ballet.
To her. Because you can't have too much of under her going on.
Her. Yeah.
Oh God, that's funny. So there's hours of fun involved with Jonny.
Yes.
Oh, well. Speaking of hours of fun, you know what?
Her. Original materials für unsurrefully few untransfer. Sie während Luku für a stagnated fixing. Unsurrefully feet to bring out the best. The her.
You may have to clip that one.
Juiced granted head for sewers aves if ale ballet. Slept the munadisk. Unselled it a day. Bork.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go. You have to do that. If I can get a transcript of Venison's show, that's how I'm going to do. I'm going to play the whole show.
There you go. I heard.
The whole show.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man.
Actually, I am kind of curious to see how that would turn out.
We'll see. That'd be kind of fun.
Fun. That's the word.
Oh, well, tomorrow on American Pie.
Tomorrow, it's the show. What's the name of that show? It's the
insert title here.
Show.
There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about the Raspberry Pi and how I,
again.
Was able to. Yeah, well, I didn't actually go in depth about the button mapping situation, and actually, I did make a discovery and a solution that is my own unique solution that works pretty well for anyone that wants to use a Raspberry Pi for RetroPie with Nintendo 64 style USB controllers. So if that's you out there that's looking for a solution for that, tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see what Brian's up to with his pies as well.
Oh, and in case you're wondering, if you ever change it to the Jive version of insert title here,
insert title IR.
That's what it's going to sound like.
Okay.
I don't like programs with food names on them.
Insert title IR.
Hi-R?
Hi-R.
That's the Oh no, that's the redneck one. Sorry. That's the redneck one.
Makes more sense.
Oh, you know what's funny? In Jive, insert title here.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of shocked. This should tell you something, Jonny. You have a well-rounded show because it also means
insert title here.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. So even in Jive, you're still cool.
I think in Jive it would be something like
insert title here.
Bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man. Well, anyway, like I said, let's see. Monday night is Jonny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tuesday night is still Vamp. And then we got this guy, Venison Stew. TBRN.net. 4 p.m. to however long they let you. What is your rules? You get 3 hours, I guess, or something like that?
No, Tuesdays I only do, 2 hours.
2 hours, and the Friday show's 3 hours. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, and Fridays he comes on, so listen to his stuff. And then if you hear him talking bad, just make sure and message me and say, Dune, don't tune in. Wait. I need a program for that. I never thought about that. A smartphone app that tells me when it's safe to listen. I'm going to work on that. That's cool.
I'll remember now. I pretty much stay away from all that kind of stuff unless something really
well. That's sometimes it doesn't take much to push that corner, though. That's the problem.
No. It actually does take a bit more now because there is so much stupidity out there. I just walk away.
That's right. NHBRadio.com. Check us out. Check them out. Check everybody out. Until then, Jonny, Venison, you guys stay cool.
All right.
People be cool to nice to each other and all that other good stuff. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.
That's the idea.
And I forgot to push the button. There, I'll hit it
Game
now.
over, man.
I'm glad that's over.
Man, that was awful.
Boy, I know. You know what I hated most? What? Everything stunk.
We're talking about back in 5 minutes.
Just wait longer.
Let's blow this joint.
It's time to blast off for Dreamland. Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Let's call it a day. Everybody, go home.
Good night, lady.
See you later, alligator.
Go in peace, sin no more. I'm out of here.
Now, run along and play with your little toys.
Oh! It just gets worse and worse.
Please come again.
I have exorcised the demon. This house is clear.
Not.
That's all, folks.
We are leaving!
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Oi, super radio.